Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I got my teacher's hat on. I got my book out here. We got to go to Book of Wisdom, Volume 2. I got you. We got to get some good stuff here. The Tree of Life in Human Nature. Oh, this is good stuff. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storyteller, story with message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking. Mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. Excuse me. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, yep, know thyself. So you see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my God, be true. We back with another book, P. Funk's philosophy. This is titled The Tree of Life in the Human Nature. And I got a nice little page over here. It's got the Christianity and the Kabbalah mixed together. I'm gonna play a little game and break it down for you. No more depth. We're still working with the Kabbalah, but this is how they break down. This is the mind of God, the all-seeing eye. This is the brain. They break it down. Two hemispheres. Why? This brain thinks one way. This brain thinks another way. They think together, come in harmony, and the heart works together. That's called heart-mind coherence. Y'all all connected. And I'm gonna break it down for you how they got it over here. I have a different philosophy, so I'm gonna break it down their way. But I understand, like again, I'm loving the way they do it, and I ain't gonna bother with it. The word Tiferet in the Kabbalah, on the tree of Kabbalah, right here in the middle. What is that? Yeah, right here. Okay. Now this is the heart of the Kabbalah. Everything comes here. They tell you that. But now in Tree of Life and that here, they got the Dayat, D-A-A-T, the opposite of what we call Maya. It don't always appear. You see, he ain't always there, but he's there. They got a philosophy. That's their concept. All right. So watch this. Now the Tefrat is often. Let me read the top part first. I showed you the first thing we showed you right here. It says here, mental, mental. That's the God. Then it says the mind. You see, it's two sides. Right here. Father. Okay. Mind and father. And then down here, ding, 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 ding. This would be considered the Teferet. Why? It's the heart and soul. They call it the astro emotional soul, aka Son of God. Father, Son. They become one. You become conscious of who you are. That's called heart mind coherence. Well, for my philosophy, but that's how I put together. What I just showed you was the sign with the mind and the Father and the heart is the soul, what they call the Son of God from their perspective. John in the Bible, 14:6. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Now, I'm not biblically inclined or kind, whatever y'all want. I have no idea. But from my philosophy, what he said is true, and I understand it from that side, not his side. I have no idea. So from my side, the heart, I just told you, the heart got to become conscious with the mind, become one. Your brain got to be used equally. I teach you that on a regular basis. thinking with both sides of the brain. Why? One side thinks one way, other side thinks other. Male, female, good, bad, up, down, whatever. But they gotta unite, become one to become whole. And the heart and mind connects all that together. They putting it their way. I put it my way, but we're doing it their way. So I'm just trying to show you, no matter how you put it, it still fits. That's my point. Okay, and they're not wrong. But what he's saying, the heart is the only way to God, mentally. Hello? I get that. That's what he's saying. I am the way, okay? The truth. No one comes to the Father but through me. Jesus. I understand what that means. I can clearly understand what that means. I ain't got to be a religious Christian to understand that. Why? I have a philosophy that states pretty much the same thing. That's why. So let me move on. But this verse, he's talking about the Tiferet, okay? The human heart. That's even in the Kabbalah. I'm showing you how they still use the pretty much same thing. So I'm talking about the Tiferet. So now to get to that. The Tiferet often referred, now you feel me? Let's go. This is a good lesson. It's referred to as beauty. Every time we see Jesus, you see that big heart. Everybody just showed the heart and the big halo behind him. I mean, he's conscious. The heart and mind made the connection. Ding, 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 ding. Like in the pinball machine. All that's going special going. Got that noise. Okay, in the casino, the jackpot. When the machines start playing, I see people beat the machine. They just going crazy. That's that adrenaline. That's that endorphin. Just they just revving you up. I understand. I ain't got a problem with it. I just don't do it. Okay, that's a drug. Okay, moving on. But it means beauty, and it's the embodiment of the universe's fundamental balance. Okay, in harmony. Two things opposite working together for the good of the one, the whole. It stands at the what? The heart of even the Kabbalic tree of life. I showed you that. Okay, now I'm learning philosophy on the fly, as I tell you. But watch this. Where all paths converge, underscoring its unparalleled importance of the heart. The Tiferet is not merely an abstract concept. No, it is a living reality. Come on now. If I was in church, come on, somebody. I ask for some amen guy. Amen. You know them guys. Yes, sir. You know them guys. I know a friend of mine. He does it. I'm like, dude, so embarrassing. All right, but the generative, loving, and nurturing force around which the entire universe revolves. That's what we get in concept to God, but it's all heartfelt again. But this cosmic force finds its mirror where? You ready? In the sun. The sun is the heart of the universe. That way, just like our heart is the sun inside us, the light inside us, the spark. Come on, y'all. They got a whole bunch of symbolically. I could just have fun with this. But the most vital celestial body, whose energy is sustained, what? All life and growth. The sun's central position in the cosmos is a direct reflection of our Tiferet, the role as the core of the universe. Only microscopic level, but Tiferet corresponds with what? With the human heart. Couldn't wait to get there. Yeah, just like the universe, breathing, pulsate, and what? Without that thing, life don't exist on Earth. So it's all symbolical, but it's all nature. It's all understandable. It's nature. Love it. The very center of life within your body, this thing right here, the chakra system, from the sacrum to the head, the heart is in the middle. 3 below, 3 above. I got that coming to you too. But again, your body is just like the cosmos. We've been saying that for the longest. And the heart, all fruit, the seed is what? In the middle. Just like the heart, the growth, the life sustains is always in the middle. Why? It engineers up and down. A tree grows upward and downward. Okay? The heart sends blood up and down. Same concept. I got that coming for you too. I got a whole bunch of stuff. All right, here you go. But now, remember, this is all esoteric teaching. I ain't got time to play games and nope, I'm going to give you to you just like it is. The heart is the sun of our personal universe. Again, the body. Sustaining vitality, and regulating the life force within us. We call it God, the spirit. But we also have conscious. Spirit by itself is just spirit. Soul by itself is just that. It needs to be conscious. That's our job. Hello? It is evident that the soul resides in the heart, making it the seat of our personality, the truth, and the maker of our life energy. The heart sustains the body, just as the Tiferet maintains the balance and the harmony of the universe. The heart harmonizes all aspects of our existence, both within ourselves and in our relationships with the outer world. Nature and human are like one. I'm telling you, we knew that from ancients. What happened was with y'all Bible thumpers, y'all took everything philosophically, metaphorically, and try to make it literal. It don't work that way. That's why you're having problems. Moving on. This is ancient stuff. It still holds true today, right now. I know that for a fact. I believe it. Moving on. But the human body can be seen as they call what the soul system, meaning your soul inside the body, within the solar aspect, representing the soul, the very essence of our being. Again, spirit, soul having what? A human experience. The soul by itself can't have a human experience. It needs a body. The soul manifests itself through what? The heart. And which serves as what? Your spiritual center of who we are. Again, the heart is far more than what? A mere organ. I told you my ignorance to the heart, it just pumped blood to the body. I still laugh at myself about that stupid stuff. When you are ignorant, you don't know. And when you start making stuff up and you go back and realize, what the hell was that? You don't have a clue. So again, before I speak, I had to get informed before I open my mouth. And that was back in the day. I just say whatever. So now I'm a little more smarter. But the heart is more than just a mere organ. Watch this. It is the core of our emotional, loving, and caring consciousness. That means this and this. This has everything it needs. This got to figure out it needs to work with this. Once that happens, that's what we call heart-mind coherence. Well, that's my word. I'm up driving home from now on, so get used to that word. All right. But this is the essence of our being. Why? Where the internal fire of courage, emotion, and willpower resides. Come on now. If the heart becomes tainted, Scooby-Doo, what you mean? When the ego taken over and it's done guided the heart, watch this. If the heart becomes tainted by negative emotions, aka your ego, that negative inevitability will manifest in your thoughts, it will come out in your words, and you will perform that action. You will create a negative world and distorting our perception of others and the world around us. You become a negative entity in your own rights. When we think of someone, watch this, who we know well, we don't first consider their physical appearance, how they look. No. Instead, we think of what? Their character, their soul, what kind of person are they? What kind of person? Their personality, their traits, their charisma, their humor, and their essence that makes them who they are. I tell you all the time, my pastor, he's a minister. He carries himself gracefully. And people recognize that and treat him as such. I laugh. Why? Because that's what you said. People will judge you by your character, not by how you look. Don't get caught up in that. That's what they're telling you. And when we like people, we don't like them because how they look. We like them because they character. Okay, that's a perfect example. Again, this is old, ancient, esoteric teachings that our ancients lived by. They lived a lot better than us. And we wonder why. Well, they had principles, they had ethics, they had morals that they stood on. Anything just, come on, man. Moving on. That's why it still plays today. Watch this. Now, this essence is what we call the soul. It resides in the heart. The words a person speaks, the way they express themselves, all stems from the heart, reflecting their true nature. This needs to obey this. That guy didn't listen to this one time. Cost him 3.5 years of his life for that mistake. Never again. This first. Okay, understand that heart thing. It don't just pump blood. The heart mind is bigger than your mind in your head, the brain mind. How about that? It's the holder of all information. This pick and chooses. Okay, it can either get enlightened or not. The heart has everything. 5-10 times stronger than this. We went there already, but let me tell you, that's the power of the heart. Let me wrap it up again. This lesson is good going right now. This is teaching. I'm trying to give you a philosophy that hopefully you can understand. But now, in today, watch this. Today, many people operate primarily from what? Conscious mind. The intellectuals, those philosophical ones who think they got a degree here, they got some papers and certificates, they think they're better than everybody else. So they all mental. Watch this. And they all centered around the head, which is fine, unless it's what? Corrupted. Okay? And it's focused. Main thing, the left side of the brain, you got logic, you are informational, you are a processor, and you are a problem solver. That's the left side of the brain. That's what men do. That's called the male side. Yeah, that's the masculine concept. The other side, yet true understanding and wisdom comes from living from the heart consciousness, which is the right side, the emotional and the spiritual core of our being. The heart, like Tiferet, is the unifying force that brings my girl Mayat balance and harmony, both within ourselves and throughout the cosmos. The same thing as above, so below. Now here's a picture. This is an ancient painting. This is Christian concept. You got the Christ nailed to the cross. You got everybody there. God, you got the dove. I'm going to skip through it because there's a whole bunch of just a symbol. I want to break it down for you and show you right here. See the Christ here? But you see up here, they deal with that. They say Christ is the physical world. This is the spiritual world. They're showing you Christ died for the physical. And y'all don't get there. Oh, he died for our sins. Yeah. Your sin is being in love with the material world, your lower nature. All those are negative qualities that he died for symbolically for y'all. And y'all still don't say stuff. So he died in vain if that really happened. It's all symbolism. I'm not going there. And see here, it shares here. Christianity and the Kabbalah. They got similarities right here. He's showing this is the Kabbalah, okay, without Christ on it. But this is the Christians with the Kabbalah chowing you the same thing from their perspective, the physical world, the top tier, the Ben, the Como, the Chakma, and the Benu, Benat, and the Ketha. That's God, the Trinity of God. Amen Rapata. Again, they make it their way and suit their needs, and they ain't got a problem with that. That's Christ down that 33, all the good stuff. I'm gonna break this down for you. This I just want to tell you about. There's a lot of stuff, intricate working in, and it all comes back to the same thing. Christians got their philosophy, the Jews got theirs. Egyptians had theirs. Everybody had theirs. It's a culture thing. So they talk about here. Everybody talking about the importance of the 33, right? Christ died at 33 years. Okay. Yeah, okay. And none of them say anything about the serpent. None of them say anything about the spinal column. None of them say nothing about that, but they have the same philosophy. Why? From a different perspective. They're using it to treat. And the Sephiroths, there's 10 right here. But then you got 22 pathways, they call it. And you got the one, Dahat. Okay? That's Mayat's cousin for the Jews. They don't use Mayat, they use Dahat. And he's around sometimes he's not. Okay? So, but he's above the Sephiroth. That's their philosophy. Let me break it down right quick. Take this lesson. Y'all can get this in one thing. This is one thing. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up with this. All right. I just showed you the Sephiroth. There's 10 Sephiroths. The one Diot and 22 paths equals 33. Again, man and Adam equals the same thing in numbers. Here they're doing it again. 33. 10 Sephiroths. The one Diot. 22 paths. The letters in the alphabet. They're all numbered. Okay. So you got Jesus is crucified at the cross at 33. Physically, okay? That's why 3, the master number is 3. The 3, the Trinity of God. Physical matter won't go there. Christ can't go to physical heaven. He's here. Stay here. That's what they showed him here. He ain't going nowhere. But they have it different philosophical concept. Let me play that game right quick. Let me get out the way. But when you examine the story of Jesus, that's what it is, a story. His death at the age of 33 is rich in symbolical meaning. And we all miss, well, not we all, but y'all really miss it. Why? Because this number aligns with the structure of the Kabbalic tree of life also, which consists of 10 sephiroth, 22 pathways, and you have the hidden sephirah of what? Da'at. I love that. Seeming, what's this? Summing up to what? 33. We ain't saying 33 degrees. Y'all saying 33 years. They're saying 33 pathways. So that 33 is still there, but they just use it symbolically for a different reason. Again, for a more noble and glorious purpose, to educate or enlighten the people who follow that philosophy. I love it. The journey from Markuf, from 1 to 10, according to them, I got to say, it just feel like the way they do it. So stay here. They got the Jewish Kabbalah. Watch this. From Markuf, which is 10, earth, physical world, to Ketha, which is the source that involves traveling what? Those pathways, getting what? To the top, like the serpent going up. They don't use that pathway. They don't use the spinal column. They use different philosophical concepts. That's what I'm trying to show you now. And the Markuf to Ketha, it involves traveling these pathways, each representing a crucial stage of spiritual evolution. So every year you master that aspect until you get to 33. You become what? Master of self. That's what Christ did. That's what they're telling you. What? Y'all don't see it that way. Oh, I know. Masons give 33 degrees or that. Playing the games. I don't have time for the games. I got out that game. Okay. But again, where we at? Evolution, spiritual evolution, growing. But when you initiate yourself into the Kabbalic system, the Masonic order, the Christian concept, with any system, when you become part of it, that's the tree of life. It requires a now for you to study of each Sephirah. I mean, each one individually, from Markuf all the way up to Ketha. And you have to master each one, spend time studying, learning. And it is corresponding paths. Each pathway, again, offers a unique spiritual lesson. Again, character attributes of yourself, learning yourself. Essentially for what? Advancing to the next Sephirah. If I was a Mason, you can't get the next degree until you master the one you got. Again, for instance, the first pathway from Markuf, which is number 1. The next one is Yesod, Yesod. This marks the beginning of your transformative journey by understanding the esoteric teachings, not being misunderstood and associated with each path. Now you can unlock all life secrets necessary to progress toward the ultimate goal of reaching Ketha. We call it Nihas in Egyptian. That's the highest state of divine connection. Coming one with God, knowing thyself, Moksha, Nirvana, call it whatever you want. Christ con. You got a bunch of names for it. And that's fine. But knowing what it means makes a difference in the world. Where we at? I'm almost done. Okay, the highest state of divine consciousness. Yeah. However, this ascent from physical to spirit is not merely an intellectual exercise. No, it ain't just learn and study. No. Each seraph have governed by a spiritual force that manifests, we call it God and goddesses in the Egyptian concept. But watch this, to initiate your life, presenting your challenges and life lessons that are crucial for your soul's growth. You have to have a human experience. And these experiences are not arbitrary, but they are designed to what? Strip away your old, ignorant, materialistic aspect. That's what Christ is trying to teach us how to do. Become spiritual. God damn it. I know that. Of the self, allowing your soul to now evolve and grow. This is a process that involves what? Your gradual disseminating of one's ego. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on 1 second, please. Hold on. Okay. And what? The ego. And this is what they mean by shedding your lower self to make way for your higher state of being. The lower nature have to die. The ego have to give in to the higher self. That's called death of one's ego. That's the lesson. Let me be right back with you. And right now, I'm going to stop it. I'll be right back in a few seconds. But in closing, right thinkers, may you all there to be 100, me, 100 miles a day. So I know my right thinkers who are getting a better understanding about the Kabbalah and Christianity have passed away. Be right back.